InsideThunder.com. Powered by Wheeler Whitlock Insurance.
Hi, I'm Randy Renner at Chesapeake Energy Arena. It was a good Friday night for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They get to 18-4 since December 6th. That ties with San Antonio for the most wins in that time frame. Thunder beat Minnesota 113-93. Thunder had a big lead. It let it slip down to about 14 points, but then they came roaring back and put it back up to where Minnesota could not catch them. You remember on Tuesday night, Minnesota cut a big lead down to just 3, but the Thunder had that in the back of their minds all night, and they were determined not to let that happen tonight here on the home floor. Russell Westbrook, his 4th triple-double of the season. Russ with 12 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists. Kevin Durant, 21 points. Serge Ibaka had 13. Steven Adams had 12. Dion Waiters a nice night. Dion had 20 on 8 for 14 shooting. Looks like he's come out of his slump a little bit. And Cameron Payne had another big night. He ended up with 14 points. Thunder bench also had a big night. Really, it was a pretty darn good night for everybody. Head coach Billy Donovan was very happy. We hear from him, and we also talked to Cameron Payne, Kevin Durant, and Russell Westbrook.
I thought our guys did really a great job tonight on both offensively and defensively. You know, I thought the 31 assists and the ball movement, the unselfishness. I thought at the end of the first half we were actually maybe moving the ball a little bit too much and bypassing some open shots, but you know, a high number of assists. We took care of the basketball, a low number of turnovers, which is a positive. I thought defensively, really for the majority of the game, I thought we played very, very well. We did a good job attacking the paint on offense. You know, they didn't take a ton of threes in a team that takes a lot of threes, but I thought, you know, only 12 threes for them. You know, we didn't shoot it particularly well from the three-point line ourselves, nor did we shoot it great from the free throw line, but I thought our defensive intensity for the whole game, transition, getting back was good. You know, we had some slip-ups with our rebounding, but overall, I thought we made some positive strides and some progress in the right direction.
Barry Trammell with the Oklahoman. Billy, I think you had 9 dunks. When you get that many easy shots, is that a sign that the offense is really flowing well and you're doing great in transition?
Well, when we can get stops, you know, Barry, and get out in transition, I think this team is very explosive. They're long and they're athletic, and when we get stops, it's, you know, we're a hard team to defend. And I think the number of points in the paint was indicative that our guys were attacking the paint in transition and in the half court. And, you know, when we couldn't get it to the rim, I thought our guys were very unselfish, moving and passing the basketball. But no question, I think with our length and our size, you know, to attack the paint every game is important for us to get to the free throw line, to create open opportunities. But overall, I was just really, really happy offensively with the unselfishness. You know, guys were really trying to, I mean, I thought Kevin passed up a lot of open shots, as did Russell. They found different people. They got other guys involved. And then I thought defensively we did a pretty good job keeping the ball out of the paint. We had great rim protection with Serge and Steven there. I thought we got him to take, you know, some non-paint twos. But again, that's kind of what they do. Wiggins is good at that. You know, so is Muhammad. But to your question, you know, I think when you do attack the paint and the ball gets into the lane, a lot of good things happen.
I saw Russell out there at one point, like, drawing up a play on his hand. I mean, how much freedom does he have, and how often would you say he's the one that's kind of dictating what's going on out there?
You know, again, I said this from day one. Russell's a very intelligent, smart player. Coming out of the timeout, he came over to me and wanted to run a play, and it was a good play. I think it was the play he got the backdoor layup on. And I just said to him, I said, you better go over there and explain it to Ennis, because we had Ennis out of position. You know, we had Steven and Ennis in the game together. So I give him a lot of credit from a leadership standpoint to walk over to Ennis and get him in the right spot and get him to do the right thing. You know, so that's the point of, I think, Russell's intelligence as a point guard, you know, that he knows all 5 positions. So, you know, we decided to run a play, and I just said to him, listen, we're coming out of timeout, you know, you're going to need to get to Ennis. So the fact that he could take Ennis, who's in a an uncomfortable position, not playing a center spot, but playing a power forward spot, and then take him through what he needs to do. I'm glad he did that, you know, but it was a play called on a timeout, but I was a little bit concerned when Ennis knew it, and I think Russell was just reminding him what to do, and actually did a good job because we got a layup out of it.
Billy, earlier this week you had 16 turnovers against this team, and tonight you come back and there's a season low with 6. I mean, what do you attribute that to tonight?
You know, I've said this before. There's so many games and the season's so long. It amazes me what these guys do on a nightly basis because of the amount of what they go through physically, competing, what they go through mentally to get themselves ready to play. And I've always said this, I think when you're trying to create an identity as a team, you have to be really intentional about the things you're trying to do. You know, the Dallas game, having 8 turnovers in the third quarter, making a point of that. Coming into this game of taking care of the basketball, to your point, we turned the ball over quite a bit in Minnesota, that we needed to do a better job of that. Giving up 16 transition points last time against Minnesota, about getting back and getting matched up and eliminating, you know, easy baskets in transition. Our guys are really focused on those things, but you know, you have to take those things. You know, sometimes the next game you're playing against, it could be some different things you need to focus on, but you can't have slippage in the areas I just mentioned from turnovers and those things. So it's the consistency of being intentional about how we're trying to play to an identity and to a standard every single game. And you're never going to reach perfection, but you're striving to get better and you're trying to hold yourself to a standard. And that standard not only requires great physical and commitment, but it also requires a tremendous amount of mental commitment too, and concentration. And I thought our guys really, for a good portion of the game, we didn't play a perfect game, we made some mistakes, but overall I thought our guys were really intentional and purposeful in what we were trying to do out there today.
Yeah, Billy, John Hoover, the Tulsa World. You're up 17 to start the fourth quarter. They immediately almost cut it to 13. It starts to look a little bit familiar from the last few games. What was different about tonight? Why were you guys able to pull away?
Well, you know, I talked to those guys. I called a pretty quick timeout, and I just said, listen, we're going to have to get some stops here, and we're going to have to manufacture, you know, good offense. I think the next possession, Cameron Payne maybe hit a three-point shot and took the lead back up, and then that maybe gave us a little bit of momentum and confidence, and then we defended very, very well. And you know, there was no reason to come back with Kevin and Russell. I do think having Serge and Steven out there for rim protection and to help defensively. I thought when Kyle came in the game, he gave us a good boost as well. So hopefully that's a momentum builder for those guys in terms of coming in and being able to get it, you know, get it done as a group. But again, it wasn't 5 new players because obviously we had 2 starters out there with the group.
Yeah, Billy, I know it's you don't watch the game like we do. You're not a fan. However, halfway through the season, the half-court pass from Russell to Andre, where does that rank just on your wow factor?
Wow, like I hope it doesn't go out of bounds, you mean wow? Or, or wow, I hope he catches it? No, it was a great play. And you know what, like, I really... Andre Robertson was great tonight defensively, especially in the second half on Wiggins. I mean, he chased him off screens. He got a piece of one of his shots. He made it really difficult for him. And it was great to see him get rewarded on the back end. Certainly that was a very, very explosive highlight play. I'm happy he caught it and finished it because where Russell threw it from, I was like, wow. And you know, Russell obviously put it right where it needed to be for him to catch it and finish it. So it was a great play by the both of them.
Speaking of 41 games, you're halfway through your first season as an NBA coach. How has this changed you? How have you evolved through this process, first part of this process?
You know, I really have enjoyed it. I said this before. I really have enjoyed it. The guys have been great. The organization's been tremendous. I have a lot of respect for what's been accomplished here, and a lot of humility for walking in and having a chance to coach this team. And I've said from day one, and it hasn't changed, I just want to try to bring value and help any way I can. It's not a situation, I said this also, that, you know, I'm just looking to come in here and, you know, my way or the highway. There's a lot of great things they've done here. There's a lot of players with a lot of experience. I try to work with them. I try to lean on them. They're very smart. They're cerebral. I like the fact, for myself personally, in terms of my growth, how I have to come in every day and be very, very well prepared. because I feel like my job and my responsibility is to help them get better as individuals and to help them get better collectively. And the challenge every single day of figuring out ways to try to help them, to me, is very, very invigorating. It's exciting. I enjoy that part of it because they're a group that wants to get better. They want to improve. They pay attention. I think things that you talk to them about, they apply. It's different from college because a lot of times in college you're taking a young man that's leaving home for the first time and you're actually having to help them manage their time. You know, making good decisions off the court. You're trying to help them academically as it relates to, you know, classes and the amount of schoolwork and how they prioritize their time and those kind of. These guys are professionals in terms of taking care of their bodies, taking care of things away from the court, and I find it for myself with this group a lot of fun to be able to go back and watch film tonight and go back and watch our last Miami game and try to find ways that I can just be of help. To try to help the team grow and get better.
Cam, what was it like to get, I mean, you've been getting a lot of experience, but that much experience and keeping Minnesota from taking a charge there in the second half?
I mean, it was a great opportunity. We just wanted to keep getting stops. Once we came in, our goal was to keep Russ and Kev and all those starters to stay on the bench, so we had to keep getting stops and, I mean, keep running our offense.
It seems like you guys as a team were having a lot of fun tonight. Is that just a product of the game or because everyone was so involved?
It was definitely because everyone was involved. One of the main focal points we had lately was let's just have fun and play ball. We've been taking it too serious, so have fun, be loose, and just go get the win.
What's it like studying under a guy like Russell Westbrook?
I mean, it's crazy. He focuses on a lot of small things I don't even look at, and I mean, he's putting that into my head, and I'm starting to do the same thing.
Like what little things, small things?
Like on screens, how to get over them, if I get caught, how to get off of them. It's just little things, just real small tech things.
Over the last week or so, you guys have been trying to talk about preventing three-point attempts. They only took 12 tonight. I know they're not a big three-point shooting team, but what were you guys able to do tonight to limit those?
We were aggressive on defense. We was running them off the three-point line, trying to get them to come to the paint. We got Steve-O and Serge, great rim protectors, so we send them down to them, and they, man, do a great job being vertical. And we just, man, as a group, we just get stops, and I mean that helps our offense.
Russell goes out there with 10 assists in kind of a short time tonight. Do you watch what he's doing, see what he's doing, and does that help you know how you should attack?
Definitely. I'm trying to be more explosive. My explosiveness is nowhere near his, but when he gets into the paint, everybody converges onto him, and that's how he finds people. So, I mean, I'm trying to also put it to my game, try to be more explosive, try to get to the paint, and kick it out to shooters.
You play 35 games in college, and then you check in your stuff, and you're done. Now you're just getting started at the 41-game mark. I mean, how are you holding up, and is the size of the season a little overwhelming for a first-year guy? Or?
No, it's not overwhelming. But not the other day, we just, me and Mitch was talking about, we just finished a college season, and we're not even halfway. But I mean, I'm just now getting started. So I'm just gonna keep working hard every day, come in and just do what I can do.
You hold those guys scoreless for the first 4.5 minutes of the game. Just in terms of a tone, what does that do for them the rest of the night, having to come back from that?
Well, they just know that it's going to be tough to score. And I think we did a good job all game. We just making them shoot over hands. And we can hit some tough ones tonight over us, but, you know, we didn't get discouraged, and that didn't kill us. So, you know, we played good defense. We kept them out of transition. And, you know, we didn't turn the ball over. Our offense was great. We had 31 assists, so that's good for us.
It seemed like the way that you and Russ distributed early really opened things up for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, when we, you know, we knew since last game, you know, after how I finished last game off the pick and roll, shooting a jumper, I knew they were going to trap me. So I just had to make the right play and get off the ball early. And it opened up for me late. And, you know, I just got to think the game. I think tonight I did a good job of doing so.
Kevin, you guys as a team just looked like you were having so much fun tonight. Cam said maybe by design you guys have talked about having more fun, not taking things so serious. Is that about right?
Yeah, we preach that, man. I mean, obviously you want to play. You don't want to play too loose. You want to be locked in. You want to be focus, but it's still a game of fun. You know, that's why we all started playing. So we just get back to the basics sometimes is what's best for you. And, you know, the last few games we've been doing that.
How good was it to be able to finish this game tonight, pull away instead of the other team coming back in the fourth quarter, like the last 3 or 4 last games?
It's good to win big. You know, we know we can't win big every night. And those tough games definitely help us, but, you know, it's good to everybody get in the game and, you know, see Mitch in the game and see, you know, Kyle get some good minutes. You know, that's what it's about for us as teammates. And, you know, that shows that we play well as a group. You know, sometimes we're not going to play well. Sometimes you got to finish it out in the fourth. That's the name of the game. That's why you play so many games in this league. But, you know, tonight was good.
What's going through your mind when Russ launches that alley-oop from half court to Andre? You've been on the receiving end of those, I'm sure.
Yeah, that was an amazing catch and pass. You know, it was like a quarterback throwing to his wide receiver, and Dre went up there and got it. And that kind of, I think that sealed the game for us. You know, that was a punch in the gut for them because we, you know, it was just like a 14, 16-point game. We went on a nice little spurt there and got our crowd involved, so it was huge.
More than 30 assists for you guys tonight. Can you feel that number even without looking at the stat sheet when you're out there?
I mean, sometimes when we get 20 assists, I can feel as though we're moving the ball, we're playing the right way. It didn't feel any different, to be honest, you know, because when we driving and kicking, everybody's touching the ball, we're moving it from side to side. Sometimes they may not turn into shots or made shots, but tonight it did. We got a little high going to the rim. I think we had like 70 points in the paint. You know, that's from dropping it off. And sometimes you're going to miss shots, but, you know, it didn't feel any different because we always, you know, when we move the ball the way we did tonight, sometimes it may not make shots, but it does feel good, everybody touching it.
Season low in turnovers, is that something that you feel in games?
Yeah. I mean, because usually when we turn the ball over, it's a lot of ball turnover and they getting dunks on the other end. So, you know, it's good I think we've turned over 5 or 6 times. So for us to do that, step in the right direction.
You talked about having fun. The reaction to Kyle's dunk showed that a little bit. You guys went crazy.
Yeah, you know, we support everybody, man. And, you know, but we don't want to treat, you know, these guys like this. They're the worst players on the team and cheer for them, you know. But if that was a first quarter game, we'd cheer the same way. So this locker room is loose and fun, and we love everybody here, and we're excited for everybody.
You're halfway through. What have you liked so far about this team?
I just like our resiliency. I like how, you know, we may have a tough little game and might not play so well. We bounce back, and we stick with it, man. And I think we're 28, 29, 12. You know, coming from a team that didn't make the playoffs last year, nobody expected us to really, you know, be in the upper echelon of teams, and they still don't. But for us to come out here and just continue to keep getting better game by game shows a lot by us. So, you know, we're just trying to keep working. We got a big game next game against a team who beat us down at their place. So we're looking forward to that one.
Do you have any recollection at all of the last time the Wolves won here, Mike Miller's buzzer beater, your first season in Oklahoma City?
I don't even remember my first 2 seasons in the league. Only my 3rd year. That was my rookie year.
Kevin said you look like a quarterback dropping back and throwing deep to Andre on that alley-oop. What'd you see on that play?
Dre did a good job of running the floor. I'm just glad I was, you know, close on target. He did a good job of catching the finish.
Last couple of weeks, you guys have talked about not letting teams get going early, feel comfortable early. You seem to do that tonight. You held them scoreless for the first 4.5 minutes. What impact do you think that had?
Just locking in on a game plan. We had a game plan, did a good job of sticking to it.
Didn't allow them to shoot, I think, only 12 three-point attempts tonight, too. That was another focus. What, I guess, tactically were you guys doing better tonight?
Being aggressive. I thought we did a good job of being the aggressors and kind of dictating what we wanted them to do, and I did a good job of that.
With Andre's dunk off that pass, Russell, I think you guys had 9 dunks tonight. Is that a sign that the offense is really moving well in transition and flowing?
It's just a sign that everybody's passing the ball, everybody's moving the ball around, making an extra pass, getting guys wide open shots, wide open dunks, which is a good thing.
We've often talked about how much the ball's in your hands and how fatiguing that can be on you on offense. How about defense? You're guarding the guy that's got the ball, good part of the game. How fatiguing is it to be on the ball?
I don't really think about getting tired, honestly, man. I just think about trying to win the game. Think about trying to find ways to impact on both sides of the ball, both sides of the game.
As we go halfway through the season, 41 games, your offense is second in the league, I think, in efficiency. Your defense has been okay, but can get better. What do you guys need to do to make a run in the second half?
Just playing the right way. I think we turned the corner. as a team. Been doing a good job the last few games, playing the right way, and we're doing a better job.
Season low in turnovers tonight. What changed between the game in Minnesota, where y'all had 16, and tonight?
Just being more cautious, making extra passes into the open guy, not forcing anything. Did a good job of that.
Anybody else? Last one for us. The way you play in the first half, you get 10 assists, and then Cam comes out and has 5. Do you think what you do can help him see the game?
I hope so. My job is to be able to play the game the right way, help him out any way I can, and trying to, he's steady learning. It's a learning process of him. He's doing a good job, though.
Russ, KD, Cam Payne, and Billy Donovan in the postgame locker room. Thunder now at 29-12, right at the halfway point in the season. They've been inconsistent at times. A lot of people have wondered just how good this team can be. Well, they're on pace, of course, for 58 wins, which is pretty darn good. Of course, the second half of the season, the schedule gets much tougher. Remember, they haven't played Golden State at all this season. They've only played San Antonio once, so they load up on those guys as the season moves along. They've got a tough game here on Sunday. The Miami Heat will be in town. Keep it here. We'll keep you updated at InsideThunder.com.